Hi students, let's start with the concept of water of crystallization. Again, a very interesting concept. Here we are going to learn what is water of crystallization and how do we prove practically in lab that few crystals, or if you can say the crystals, contain the water of crystallization. First thing, it is not necessary that all the crystals should have color which contain water of crystallization. Some crystals might be white in color also, and they contain the water of crystallization. Now, exactly what do we mean by the term water of crystallization? Water of crystallization means the amount of water molecule present in a particular compound or salt. So if I take an example of CuSO4.5H2O, so this dot 5H2O will represent the water of crystallization. If I take the example of dot 12H2O, then this 12H2O will represent the water of crystallization. So let's just start with the activity. I have taken into consideration copper sulfate here. You can also take any other salt if you want to, any other crystals if you want to explain the method of water of crystallization. Why we have taken the concept of copper sulfate? Because copper sulfate is a colored salt, and colored salts can easily help us to understand the method of water of crystallization. Okay, so let's just start with the activity. You can see I've taken copper sulfate pentahydrate. So over here the formula says that copper sulfate pentahydrate. So the formula for copper sulfate is CuSO4. Since it is a hydrated copper sulfate, so I've written dot 5H2O pentahydrate. So this dot 5H2O represents the water of crystallization. Whatever number of water molecules are written, they represent the water of crystallization. So there are two types of salts, hydrated and anhydrated. Hydrated means always you will find this type of thing, that is dot 5H2O or else dot 10H2O or else dot 7H2O, depending on the amount of water added to the respective salt. Okay, so let's just start with it. We'll take spirit lamp, test tube holder, test tube stand. Then you'll take a watch glass, spatula, dropper, and glass rod. So first you are going to take the copper sulfate salt with the help of the spatula and put it in the test tube. So you can observe the color of the copper sulfate. It is blue in color. Why it is blue in color? Because of the presence of the water molecule. So you can see it is blue in color. Then we'll hold the test tube with test tube holder and light the spirit lamp. Now what you are going to do next step, you can either use Bunsen burner also. We're just going to heat the salt for a while. While heating, you will observe the color of the salt will change from blue to white. Why this process is taking place? Because hydrated salt is converting into anhydrous salt. So you can see the water droplets on the top of the test tube, and you can see the anhydrous copper sulfate at the bottom of the test tube. So initially it was hydrated, so it was blue in color. Now it is changing to anhydrous thing, so it is changing its color to white. So you can observe the color change very carefully. Water droplets also you can see. and you can see the vapors also, and anhydrous copper sulfate, which is white in color. Okay. Now you will allow the test tube to cool down for a while, and then allow the test tube to cool down for a while and then add water. Why we are allowing it to cool down? Because if we will add the water after the experiment, so the test tube can break down. So first of all, we have to allow it to cool down. So you can see the white color again changes to blue. So anhydrous salt becomes again hydrated.